Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're listening to another episode of Walk-Ins. Welcome with Nick and Michael, and I have come to discover that there are three types of homeowners.
Okay.
There's the ones that like to mow their own yard. There are people that like to hire someone else to mow their yard. And then there's people who don't give a rip about their yard.
Feels about right. I am the first one.
I am transitioning because I'm tired of buying lawnmowers and wasting my time.
Did that other one finally break?
Yeah. Well, so the DeWalt one sucked, right?
Yeah, the battery one.
The battery sucked. I hated the battery one. Man. Screw that. So we bought my mother-in-law's tried and true Toro that never breaks.
Toros are good.
One use.
And it broke?
Yes. Now I'm convinced something happened.
I can fix it.
Come on over, man.
I like working on small engines.
But well, come on now. I got a small engine for you, sir. But seriously, three types that like you either like mowing your yard, you don't like mowing your yard, you hire somebody to do it, or you don't like mowing your yard and you just don't give a rip and you're not going to do it, right? Until the city sends you an ordinance or the HOA sends you hate mail. I would not mow my yard just to piss off my HOA, though. I have no problem with that.
And welcome to today's episode.
So, let's juxtapose that to fire your digital marketing agency, JK.
Yeah, JK. Maybe. No, but yeah, I guess you're, Connor graduating and all this stuff. You're losing your mowing guy anyway.
No, I got two more right back after back. I got years of mowage left. That's not it. Plus, I actually like the satisfaction of mowing my own yard, although I think it's a complete waste of my time.
Oh, it's a manufactured American dream.
Yeah, it is not. It is not my dream. I do not want to do it ever. I've never been in the mood to mow my yard.
No. Well, and I've been for my shed stories, but I'm building a shed right now because my dad's going to give me his old zero turn because I've been push mowing my yard for 10 years.
Right.
And I'd love to not push anymore.
I feel that. It's time to get a rider.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, y'all. I talk in jest.
The grass is not greener.
Believe it or not, I am making a point with all of this, and you'll see it unfold over time throughout. There are clinics who like to do their own marketing. There are clinics that like to hire an agency to do their marketing. And then there are clinics who do no marketing at all, and they just throw caution to the wind, and they're like, who cares? Let's see what happens.
If I built it, they will come, which was totally correct during COVID.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. But that no longer is a thing. And I want to talk about something that's happening. Michael, I know you're getting the ads for it consistently. I'm getting pummeled with it, which means us being in the marketing agency and you, the clinic owner, y'all are getting pummeled with it. And the headline is this: it's just simply fire your marketing agency.
Yes.
You're like, let our AI bots or agents do it for you. And we're going to unpack all of that in today's episode, but I will tell you, the first thing that I noticed when I went and looked at these different agencies that sell you an agent, that's an AI agent to do your marketing for you, actually costs more than what we charge.
Yeah,
it actually costs more money. I'm like, what?
I remember running into one at the UCA, and I was like, well, this is very interesting. We pulled the price, and we're like, well, what's the advantage here?
Yeah.
Yes, AI can do. Anyway, yeah, the cost was very... there's a big hidden cost in AI. I think a lot of people assume it's like the internet; it should all be free.
I'm spending a fortune on AI. Let me tell you, it ain't free.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we've learned with AI is because I've seen this phrase a lot recently in the agency world. Can somebody tell me what AI project they actually have from pen to paper?
Yeah.
Where they're saying, did it actually do anything, or do you just feel like it did something?
Now, I'm not poo-pooing all over AI. I actually really appreciate it. And we're going to talk about best case uses and stuff like that for AI today. But this whole fire your agency, you just don't need marketers anymore, or just use AI. I think a lot of clinics are going to buy into this. Yeah. And I think it's going to cause a lot of damage.
I mean, it sounds really cool in the front end. Like, oh, if it's AI, it's going to be cheaper. Oh, it's going to do whatever I want it to do.
Right.
Even though I won't have time to tell it to do. And then, gosh, I don't have to pay a bunch of random people, red tape types, like just waste money on middlemen and all this stuff.
Right.
So,
and, before anybody gets too defensive, we are AI aficionados. Michael, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I will not be back until the end of this month, which is a fair amount of time for me. Right.
Yep. It's rare for you.
I have trained the AI that we use in our company. The Russian
Sweet Victory.
Sweet Victory. I have trained trained that AI to basically function as me while I'm out.
Right.
It's going to clear out my Slack messages. It's going to respond to team members with things that it knows that how I would respond, leave alone things that it doesn't know. It'll even be getting into my emails going, hey, I can answer that question for you. I didn't want you to have to wait on a response while Nick is out. Or it won't, depending on if it can actually solve the problem. And I've been testing it. You saw the first iteration of that when I was on a bus in Chicago.
That was funny.
Well, now I've retrained it back into Victor.
But I was like, that wasn't.
No, that was not. That was Manus, but that's another story.
Yeah. So many layers.
Yeah. So we like AI, and we think there is amazing uses for AI. And, you've heard me talk about this before, Michael. AI to me doesn't replace humans. It's a bionic suit. It makes you jump higher, run faster, punch harder, think smarter, but it doesn't replace you. I don't see it that way. Right.
No, I mean, I think there are, and it's even on this group call I had today, there was like, oh yeah, there's tons of SEO jobs out, or people doing SEO because they've all been laid off from agencies switching pure AI.
Yeah,
they were like,
Well, I mean, we ran into a case with one of our clients
currently
that was like, and with all due respect, we appreciate all of our clients, but not all of them fully, because of multiple reasons. They don't trust us completely because of other agency burns and all kinds of stuff. And they put an AI SEO in there, and it tanked their business.
It did.
It tanked it.
Because on the surface, it looked, hey, that's pretty good stuff is doing it. And then all of a sudden, we saw the rankings plummet. Yep. All of our work was just undone, and it was sad to watch.
It was. I mean, with a kernel of satisfaction.
Yeah,
because
but
not because I want them to lose, but because I don't want them to lose. I want them to win. They're still even our clients, and we're grateful for them. Yeah. But it was one of those. I know what you're trying to do. I feel you. I get it. I am stress testing my business as well, but I'm not stress testing it to the point where I'm getting rid of things that are working.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and it has been like, it's been on our radar for 4 years.
So it has been. Like we've been, I will never forget when you either called me or texted me. Maybe I did forget. You either called me or texted me and go, dude, check this out. And it was ChatGPT.
It was ChatGPT, and it was a TikTok I ran across. I was like, this can't be real. I thought it was fake.
Dude, it was real.
Because at the time, ChatGPT with generative text was magical. Now it's like, how much can I beat this thing to death?
That's right. That's right. Well, I mean, I remember the first, it took, I want to say it was Facebook that took 10 years to get to 1 billion users.
Yeah, and it was like 30 days.
TikTok took 2 years to get to 1 billion users. And I want to say something like 3 days for ChatGPT to get to 1 billion users.
It was a new record, right?
Yeah, it was insanely fast.
And it's not going anywhere. I know like 6 months ago, ChatGPT's fallen to the wayside, and it's reinvented itself already.
And this isn't even about, this isn't even about that. But I do want to address the real, like the real elephant, the real thing. And you can be defensive and you can be mad and you can do all of that. We love you still. That's why we have this podcast. But it's also our job to tell you the truth. And the truth is you just don't want to pay us. And I'm not talking about us patient care marketing pros. I'm talking about us digital marketing agencies. And I get it. Like, I feel you on this.
Yeah.
They send you some stupid report that means nothing to you. Every time they answer the phone, they charge you for it. Yeah. The results just simply are not there.
And the metrics don't mean anything productive.
Correct.
No, and I was joking before we started the recording, was the internet's really bad about, well, if it's on the internet, it should be free.
Right.
I don't know where that came from, but I've always heard that.
Yeah.
Or that mindset, well, if it made it to the internet, then eventually it'll be free. And I'm like, why do you think that? Because for it to make it to the internet and be effective, it should cost you. Like, why would not all good things are free?
I'm trying to think of something that is good that's free.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, even like water and food you have to pay for.
Yeah. There's yes.
Right. So, but I know the instinct right now is to just fire your agency and do it all with AI. All right.
Just prompt AI and it'll do everything the agency was doing for a tenth of the cost.
And I will share in your sentiment. It feels good. satisfying to get rid of a cost that you could replace with AI.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's there, but here's the thing. You're getting generic. You're not getting expertise. You're not getting niche. You're not getting dive in. There may come a time where it's there.
Yeah.
There may. I'm not taking away from that. I'm not telling you not to use AI. I'm actually telling you to embrace AI.
Yep.
But you need to be bridging a gap, not burning the bridge.
Well, and I think too, so some of the best businesses that are good at what they do, we'll just say Coke with their recipe, they're not going to let that just live on the internet for an AI to capture.
Right.
I mean, there will eventually probably be AI laws out there for copyright laws.
I hope so.
At some point. But, a good business doesn't just blast their processes out to the world to read. And so, like you said, you get generic stuff. You're getting what you could have figured out. When you ask AI to give you something related to marketing, it's going to go, it knows its information, it's going to give you something back, hoping that you're happy with it. Like, it's not going to say, please tell me this is wrong. But ultimately, like, it's something you could have probably figured out after 30, 40 minutes of digging around, looking at a couple of top 10 results on the Google, and then you'll get what people want you to think.
That's right.
And so, and that becomes a challenge, because if you're in urgent care, like we're one of like 3 or 4 agencies in the country that work with urgent care. One, because you guys are tough to sell. Two,
There's no doubt about that.
But two, it's an interesting niche. Like, what we do in marketing for you guys is vastly different from the other industries we've worked in the past. Like, it's quite a bit different. It's very nuance driven. But
well, I mean, you just think about it. I could either sell one roof and pay for all of our marketing services for 3 months straight, or increase you from 23 patients a day to 30 patients per day.
Right.
And that's the same equivalent impact. Well, that's a significant more amount of eyeballs, people, conversions. And if I'm being honest, most people don't want to play in this game because they don't want to take on that responsibility to increase your clinic volume like that.
Yeah.
We love it. We've learned how to do it. We've gone in with you. But most people don't want to. They would rather go to a med spa and sell a whole body mommy makeover that's an $8,000 purchase that's pure profit.
Yep.
Well, I only have to sell one of those.
Yeah. Different animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Different animal.
So anyway, look, I think that the conversation usually isn't actually about AI. I think it's more when you're thinking about responding to one of these fire your agency ads. I think it's really about trust, right? You've paid money, and you just didn't get what you thought you were getting. Somebody lied to you. Maybe you just have trust issues. I don't know. I don't want to blame it on you. I'm just, and then at the end of the day, you don't want to spend money on that because you don't think you should have to spend money on that.
Yeah.
Most people don't think they should have to spend money on healthcare, just an FYI.
Yeah. Well, and I think, so I think back to when I was taking a marketing class in my undergrad. The very first day, the teacher said, marketing is not evil, because most people think it is.
Weird to me, but yeah.
Because most people view marketing as deceptive, right? Where you're trying to get me to buy something.
Thank you, orange juice.
Exactly. So you're trying to get me to buy something I didn't really want to buy, but now I kind of do want to buy.
Right.
And then in the digital marketing world, for the agency side, smoke and mirrors. Like, you can easily pretend you did something.
Yeah.
And we know, like there's very simple, like, you can just pretend, oh, look, your stuff increased, but nothing actually changed. Like we've seen it. And real quick, Michael here, I wanted to talk to you about one thing that matters: patient volume. That's what we care about, and we want to help your clinic do that. And one of the things that we do, it's free offering to all of our listeners. If you are currently running Google Ads and you're not sure if it's doing what you think it should be doing, we offer a free ads audit. All you do is you reach out to us, and then once we get the connection to your account from a read-only access standpoint, we will then evaluate and audit and tell you what's working and what's not. You either say that you were actually in a good spot, or we could help you. It will give you that confidence that the dollars that you're putting in are producing dollars. And our goal is to make sure that you are efficient with your marketing dollars and that your clinic is growing and not staying stagnant. Love to help you out with that. PatientCareMarketPros.com. Click there and go and visit, schedule a time with us, and we'll sit down with you and see what we can help you with. And so there is a good reason to feel burned. Like I can't discount that mindset where if you've gone through a couple of like we had a discovery call a few weeks ago, and the guy's like, I've been through 7 agencies in 12 months. Like, well,
we're not gonna be 13 or whatever.
I'm not gonna be number 8 for you,
whatever it is.
But it's real because there's lots of like, hey, I can run right now. Here's the thing: the barrier to entry for marketing is at the bottom.
Right.
If you have a laptop with internet, you can run ads for somebody. With a credit card, you can run ads for almost anybody. There's no like working for a radio station, working for a TV station that has access to this platform that no one else has access to. There's none of that. It is wide open. And so you can get a fly-by-night marketer that was a really good deal, and then you don't know what you got 6 months later. And I get it. Like, I totally get it. And, you know, you guys, the urgent care owners, like most of your providers and so forth, so you've been through layers of like evidence-based training where if I do this, I should see this result type of thing. And marketing, that's just not how marketing even begins to function. So I get it. I totally do.
Well, you know, going back to the point of the fire your agency content is exploding right now. It's really the reasons content perform so well because of the agencies are honestly bad. That's why these ads are working so well, because there's so many agencies that are bad, right? They are putting out generic work. They are doing poor communication. They don't have a strategy. They don't have accountability, and AI is just exposing bad agencies. And so whenever that type of thing happens, these ancillary or even rage bait type ads start coming out, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So here's where I think AI is actually good. I don't want to just have a negative fest. Just for your reference, I'm about 3 pages past you.
Oh,
So I've got lots of notes here. Put number 2 on transition. There you go. And honestly, this would be great for you to cover because you've been digging into our AI a lot lately. So why don't you talk about that for a second? What AI is actually good at.
So AI, so the way I look at AI, it is fantastic at analyzing information, finding some like holes in something, or hey, this thing wasn't done, I want to let you know about it. It allows you to have eyes in the back of your head, essentially, where you can, I was telling somebody today, you can use AI to help micromanage without appearing to micromanage.
That's right.
Like you really can, where you're not bugging somebody, AI is just observing for you. Mm-hmm. And then it's allowing to consolidate all this information into something that's very digestible. And then you can ask it questions around that information. Now, you always have to, with anything that AI gives you, you have to kind of put a question mark on and say, how did you get this information and how accurate is it? Because we had something that you had done with it recently. And I said, that sounds off. And I go look, it's like, oh, it is off because of this.
What's cool about that though, is it was off and it took you to find it because you're in our QuickBooks all the time.
Yeah. Like
I'm in there maybe once a month, right?
Right. And I remember even reading, I don't know if it's a true story or not, but like there were companies that were making financial decisions based off AI's report on the finances. And it was just wrong.
Yeah.
But it also kind of goes back to like, this is just classic technology, bad data in, bad data out. So like if you're feeding the system just wrong information, it's going to report that it's right because it is right, but in the wrong way.
Correct.
And so anyway.
Well, it has no context.
Yeah, right. Like it doesn't know. And now what's really cool, like with one of the AIs we're using right now, it can build context so it kind of understand things better. But no, AI is really one of my favorite things right now at AI that we're using is, hey, I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. Can you catch me up? Mm-hmm. It does.
To which every listener goes, how do you take vacation for 2 weeks? Another episode in the future will teach you how to do that.
If that made your stomach turn or like that's not possible, you have a larger problem on your hand. You just don't know.
Yeah, tune in for episode whenever I get back from vacation. I'll teach you how we did it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, so like, and it's really good for research. We actually had to do some market research recently. And it was actually very accurate because we were able to compare some data. And it's also really good with reporting. Like it can compile reports and make them look very, very pretty, but also like, hey, let's make this let's take 10 pages of information. Can you make a 1-pager out of it? Absolutely. And then one of the things I'm working on to give back to you is a proper CEO dashboard. And it is technically done, but then it locked me out of it and now I can't log back in. Classic AI. But it is, instead of me looking at 9 different data sets and spending, hey, what's going on with the company and spending 10 to 20 minutes trying to identify the data, I can now just look at one screen, hit refresh.
Fun fact, Michael is building the CEO dashboard so that I will go away.
No, it's more. I'm just. The reason why I am building it is so I don't get a. Hey, have you looked at this, or what about that? And I'll say, here,
yeah,
just take a look, and then you don't have to go dig around.
So I'll go away. It's okay. I can handle it. Here's the deal, y'all. Healthcare marketing is different than your normal marketing. Everything that you just rattled off there, speed. Let's see here. I took notes too. Drafting, ideation, repurposing content, research, all that kind of stuff. The difference is healthcare marketing is trust based. It's personal, right? So it's also local. Yeah. When AI is pulling from the world and you serve a 5-mile radius, yes. That's a totally different animal. It's also like you're reputation driven.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, y'all are garnering reviews like crazy. You want to make sure that you're giving the best possible experience. It's all super personal, right? And then most clinics, they don't fail because of the lack of captions out there. You know, you do the average company has to put together some kind of a slick blog. That's not driving your patient volume.
Yeah. Well, right? and honestly too, because like you said, AI is looking at the world.
Right.
Well, if you're not fans of your large competitors that have a red logo, that's where AI is probably pulling most of its info because it's one of the largest sites out there that talks urgent care. Right. So keep that in the back of your mind. If you just AI will accidentally make you look just like your competitor, right? Because that's all it knows, and you don't have original stuff out there because you've been using AI just to repurpose something.
And I'll make this note that the AI content and all of this stuff that you're generating isn't going to fix your broken Google business profile.
No,
it's not going to change the fact that people are answering the phones or not answering the phones, and they just suck on the telephone. It's not going to fix that. If they answer the phone, they don't even ask them to come in or even know if there's a doctor on staff. That's a problem. And if nobody in your market knows you exist, you know, just building a building somewhere, just building a location for people to come to your clinic is no longer good enough. I don't care how many giant red crosses you put out there.
Yeah. Right? Well, and you know, AI is not going to fix the person that was mean to your patient because they were having a bad week or you made a bad hire and you've just ignored it for 6 months.
That's right.
Like AI can't fix that. We joke that there is rentahuman.com. And so,
that's right.
Which, by the way, if you look that up, AI can go rent a human.
Yeah, we were playing with that. Matter of fact, somebody showed up to the office that wasn't supposed to be here. And we're like, AI did that. They created a genetic clone of Grace, and here she is in the office. All right, I'm going to skip over 4, Michael. Let's go straight to 5. And I want to talk about just the future of the way we see it. Nobody knows.
No.
But I don't think it's either humans or AI. I think it's going to be humans powered by AI. We're turning into that internally. Why are we doing that? I think that's a big thing because the way we price our services today is competitive. But the more employees that want raises, the more employees I have to add because we're growing. All of that does is increase cost.
Yep.
And so I'm doing cost mitigation, right? I think everyone listening can feel the gas prices right now. I just went and filled up. I got a 25-cent per gallon discount, and it was $3.94 with that. Okay, and that was with the 25-cent discount from Circle K or whatever it was, right? I'm just saying the costs are insane, and they don't really show any signs of slowing with everything going in. So everybody's trying to find a way to either cut cost. I'm trying to do it without cutting humans.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut humans.
Well, and so we're learning. So like right now, if we didn't have AI, one of the things that we immediately have to hire for would be our content generation. Like, because right now, content still is important.
Correct.
And if we didn't have AI aiding Alyssa in particularly in our team, we would have to have 5, 8, 10 Alyssas to produce at her level. And that's just, if we did that, our pricing would have to almost double,
right? Because
we would increase the cost on us tremendously. And we can't just sell something at a loss.
That's right.
Like, that's not how money works.
Yeah.
So,
although I know how much y'all want us to.
Yeah, exactly. But
wink, wink.
But also too, like the other side of it, you know, when you're paying for an agency, we're also in the use of AI, but also our brains. Like, we're looking at how to improve things and make things better because we're not settling. what we're doing today was not what we were doing a year ago. There are elements, yes, but ultimately something that was working just isn't working. So we're trying to figure out how to make it work and then going and experimenting. And then there are lots of agencies who you've hated because they did something. They just locked into like, this is how we do things.
That's right.
And to hit play on an AI, and then it wasted all your time and money.
That's right. Well, before we close out, I want to make kind of this analogy and just say that your AI is the lawnmower. It's just a tool.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't have somebody there pushing it and knows what the boundaries of your yard is, and you don't have to push it yourself, by the way. You can hire somebody else to push it, or you can just leave it alone and let your grass grow. All right. But the point I'm trying to make is, but what I'm saying though is like a lot of you are thinking right now that your AI is the person that mows the yard. It's not. It's the tool.
Yeah,
it's the tool.
Yeah, because I've heard it say in a similar fashion, AI is the tractor. You, the individual, can't make the tractor make you money, but a farmer can.
Correct.
Because they can maximize it and utilize it to its full potential and grow it. But if you don't know how to use the tractor properly, it's just a big old piece of machinery that's costing you money.
And if you think AI is cheaper than a human, let's talk about that for a second. Michael, what is the cost of a lawnmower?
Which $1,000.
Okay. What's the cost of one that is fully autonomous?
A lot more.
6 to 7 to 8
plus.
Yeah. Thousands of dollars with a subscription.
Well, yeah, the never-ending subscription.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it can't do it. I'm just saying that it's not cheaper. It's not.
No.
Not yet.
No, and I think
a Roomba is still more expensive than a Dyson.
Or an Oric vacuum.
And it almost never does as good of a job as a human.
And you always find things it misses.
Right.
But then it was not in the video, but one of the large corporations reported that they have spent more, like they had a R&D budget for AI for the year, and it was spent in 3 months. And it caught, and then the video, who is like one of the chief chip makers for AI servers, giant, data crunching, said AI is still more expensive than the human.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. Like, how can that be true?
Oh, that's totally turned out to be true with us.
And it's like, because people say, how can that be true? It just did something for me. And it say that person, like, that would have taken them an hour or so. But yeah, that maybe so. But when you get AI to do real stuff, not writing captions or writing a blog, like those things, like it's kind of like tuned in pretty well. But like, hey, I want it to go build something for me, or I want it to go talk to someone and kind of get whatever. No, it's so expensive.
That's right.
And what the real expense is, it comes back what it thinks is a great answer. And you're like, no, that's not what I wanted. Go back. Well, you just doubled your cost. You're getting closer. You doubled your cost. Because I was experimenting recently where we have somebody in-house that does web design, beautiful sites, love Luis. And I was just curious, like, hey, let's see if we can get AI to build something based on Luis's designs. Like, let's see if we can build, because he was all for it too, just to see what it would do. And it came back, it's like, hey, that's not that bad. And I said, let's fix this, and this. All of a sudden, the credits went from like, I spent like 2,000 or 3,000 credits to like 15,000, 20,000 credits within an hour.
Yep.
Because we joke, it's like a drug where you just keep you want more and more hits from it. And you're just like, I need more because it's going to take that much more. And then you become used to it. And then the quality starts to degrade dramatically because it's just doing what it wants to do.
And we had an issue. I want to say it was either early this week last week.
It was into last week.
Where our it wasn't AI, it was Slack that messed up. Slack failed.
Slack went down.
They didn't give a rip about Slack. That was not their problem.
No, it was so funny because Slack went down where you could not upload files and your apps did not work. And one of our apps was our favorite AI app. And it literally died to the point where our people were ready to put a funeral on for it because it was sad. We were saying, are you okay?
I mean, they were not happy.
No. And I get it. And then you were in the community for the AI for the Slack.
I mean, it looked like.
And they were like, I can. And that's the part where I have my argument with AI is great, but it can't fully replace everything because.
Especially if it goes down.
Because if it just gets turned off one day, because we've seen that. We've seen the amount of true autonomous AI has been huge the past 6 months. And it's also been the main language model saying, screw you.
Right.
block.
That's right.
Like the OpenClaw would be one where like it was being openly abused, and then like there's some blocking now happening, and now people are like, maybe I don't want this.
That's
and I even told you, I was like, I don't buy into this yet. And then
trust the people that are around you. I was ready to go buy a new Mac Mini, and I paused though. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm acting emotionally to AI based on a bunch of other people in the industry acting emotional to it.
Yeah.
And I could sense my own emotion. And then you said, hey, I don't know about that. And then I was like,
well, just wait. And then 2 weeks later, there was a joke of like, well, I got who wants a Mac Mini? I don't need anymore.
You see the Facebook Marketplace? It is flooded with like M3 Mac Minis.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's because like there was a good, like it makes sense, but also just like, because this is the challenge that we face in digital marketing. Annoyingly, we play in other people's backyards.
Right.
Like we're in Google's backyard, we're in Meta's backyard, we're in all these platforms' backyards where they could technically just kick us out or kick our client out at any given moment when they don't care. And which
that happened to the largest Facebook ads agency in the world called Ad Zombies.
Yep.
And I know Ken. I know Ken Malkowitz. He's a friend of mine. And I remember when that happened, and he was, I mean, it basically put him out of business.
Yeah, in one day.
Yeah, like, and then he went, I remember him saying, I will never put all of my eggs in the same basket again.
Yeah, and that's where
he was a Facebook ads agency, and Facebook just kicked him out.
And that was a huge thing. 10 years ago, that was like the thing to do.
That's right.
But same idea. Don't put all your eggs in the AI basket, because that basket may just disappear one day.
That's right.
And then your eggs are gone with it. So just that's a reminder. Well,
going back to the fire your agency ads that have been popping up that I wanted to address in this episode today. Look, if your agency sucks, fire them. Okay, that's not the reason to do it though. Not to go to an AI agent. All right.
Yeah.
No, either take it in house, which I don't recommend, or hire another agency, which I do recommend. Us specifically, I do recommend, because I feel like we're really good at what we do, and so do our clients.
And we've learned that niche agencies tend to do pretty well with their niche.
That's right. Exactly.
Usually.
And we do urgent care. There you go. But with that, find better partners if you're not happy with the partners that you have, and then people that actually care about the outcomes of your business, not somebody just trying to sell you a package or a program.
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly. And we're even designed this way when we are on sales. It's educate first, sell second. And we want you to, like, this has to be a win for you. It's not a money grab. Like, we've learned our lessons.
Correct.
We were much better.
Love it, man.
Yep.
Well, that's what we have for you today. I want to thank you for listening in. A couple of things. One, leave us a review. All right.
That's not AI.
Yep. And then the other thing I want to mention is I believe it is June, correct me if I'm wrong, our June mastermind.
Yes, end of June.
Right, so let's talk about that for a second.
So real quick. So we had a in-person mastermind back March.
Yeah, it was either end of February or beginning of March.
Yeah, back in this year. And it was our first time, and we had a handful of clients come in, which was awesome.
Yep.
And the conversations that happened in person were fantastic.
I think they were special.
They were fantastic. They were, I don't say life-changing, but there were some business-changing conversations happening that we weren't fully expecting. It was super cool. But we also recognize in-person's a challenge for people. It's hard to get them to travel. It's hard to get them to get away from clinics and all that stuff. So what we've done is that we're introducing a virtual mastermind that we're currently going to do once a quarter, because we're trying to fill it out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on Zoom, and it's going to have breakout rooms. And the whole point is, come to this mastermind. It's going to be, depending on the size, 90 minutes is probably where we're going to land. It's going to be about 90 minutes long. Inside of this Zoom mastermind is that, depending on the amount of people, you'll be put in the breakout rooms. And inside the breakout rooms, you are bringing the problems about your business. And the nice thing is, you'll be surrounded by other urgent care owners or operators, and they can probably, we've seen that, let me help you with this. And you'll have basically 5 to 10 people that can help you solve a problem. And there's no cost to it. It's strictly like, we're here to help you focus on some things that are causing issues that we want to fix for you. And there's no sales pitching for us. We are literally there to organize it and just make sure it happens. And we'll have people in the room in the breakout rooms, making sure nobody's acting a fool. But we're learning. But the goal is that within 90 minutes, you went from, I have this problem, I don't know what to do, somebody please help me. After 90 minutes, I had 3 or 4 solutions after 90 minutes. I'm going to go try to implement one. I'll let you guys know. There's no obligations there, but it's just, that's the beauty of it. We've been doing this with 7FA for the agency life now for 6 years.
Something like that.
And we have solved big, hairy problems just through that. Or we had an idea, like we had no idea that would be an option, and it made all the difference. Or we brought something to the table that helped somebody else, which is super fun. So encourage it. There's going to be information coming out about it that you'll get an email and so forth. And we'll have a more in-depth episode we could talk about on that. But it's just something I really want you guys to consider. If you don't have a peer group that you can kind of refer to or bounce back to on, like, how do I fix my business? I'm in urgent care. We can become that for you.
Yep.
And so that's the goal of the mastermind. We'll have another in-person one next year for sure. But this is the fill the gap between, because we're hoping that it builds up some audience and, like, more people show up. And then the people that show up virtually, hey, I want to come to the in-person one. That'd be fantastic. So that's the goal.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you for laying that up. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next week.
See you.
See you.